Man, welcome back to another episode of Screwston Media TV. Man, there's not gonna be no topic about any occurring news, recent news about sports or entertainment, none of that. On this particular episode, I want to speak about health, in particular diabetes. Now, I know y'all don't know, I got type 2 diabetes. And, a lot of people, when they hear diabetes, they automatically think, oh, you're about to die, and, oh, how long you gonna live, all that type of stuff. Actually, that's what I thought when I was diagnosed with. I'm like, oh, man, I'm finna be dead. I'm not gonna make it to see 30 and 40, 50 years old, stuff like that, and what's crazy, I just turned 30. But I was just thinking, the worst. I've been having diabetes for 3 years now, and February was 3 years. So February 2021, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Man, I had it real bad. I had the symptoms, you get dry mouth, blurred vision, you go to the restroom all day, you don't eat, you lose your appetite, you lose weight. I was like 300 pounds, and I went from 300 pounds to like 230 in like a week, because I wasn't eating nothing, I wasn't drinking no fluids, I was sick. And I remember like it was yesterday, I went to a doctor in Houston, in Cypress, which is a small city in in Harris County, which is not too far from Houston. Went to a doctor, and make a long story short, I passed out, and I ended up going to a hospital in Cypress. I forgot the name of it, but make a long story short, the doctor pretty much told me if I didn't come in when I did, I was probably gonna be dead not too long after that. I had ketoacidosis. I forgot the definition of it, but pretty much, once you get ketoacidosis, I mean, you pretty much you slowly die. It's pretty much how the doctor explained it to me. So, and then another thing too, my eyes are bloodshot red every day. People thought I was smoking weed all day. I'm like, nah, I haven't been smoking. They were like, damn, your eyes bloodshot red. And I remember driving. I used to be driving on the highway, falling asleep in the daytime after getting 8 hours of sleep. Like the point I'm making is diabetes, it takes a toll on your body. A lot of people don't think it do, but it does. It affects, like I said, your vision, your kidney, your heart, your skin. You start to itch a lot when your blood sugar is high. What else? Like I said, loss of appetite. You get nerve damage in your fingers and your feet. I had both of that. I first had nerve damage in my fingers. I remember the tip of my fingers used to be numb, like both hands. And then when I would try to grab something, I try to grab it hard, and then I couldn't do it. Like, I'll drop the item. So you get nerve damage in your fingers, but one of the main things, you get bad vision. I actually had to get cataract surgery last year because of it. Had to get cataract surgery in both of my eyes. So, man, I literally couldn't see nothing. Like, I went from being able to see normal to, to blurred vision, then to my left eye going out first. I remember my left eye, I couldn't see nothing. Then I remember one day, my right eye, I was in here fixing on my door in my apartment, and in 30 minutes, my right eye went from blurred vision to I couldn't see nothing, really. Literally in 30 minutes. And I know people gonna say, that's not real, that's some movie stuff. I'm telling you, like, literally, while I was fixing the door handle and stuff like that, in 30 minutes, I went from, like, blurred vision to, like, cloudy vision. Man, it was like the scariest moment. And make a long story short, it took me about 2 or 3 months to get the surgery. And man, those was like, man, the longest 2 months of my life, literally. Like I don't wish that on nobody, like, you know. So, but the point I'm making is, you have to lower your sugar intake. Now I'm finally doing good, you know. I take insulin, of course, but insulin isn't just gonna keep you alive. You have to take the insulin or metformin, you know, whatever medicine you take for diabetes, plus a good diet. But most people that have diabetes has a hard time with added sugar. Natural sugars is okay, but not too much of it, but it's okay. But the problem with diabetes is processed sugar, you know, which be, you know, Imperial Sugar. That's really the only brand I really know, because I'm from Houston, and, you know, Imperial Sugar was founded in Sugarland, and that's why Sugarland, Texas is called Sugarland, because, you know, they had sugarcane fields and stuff like that. So, but pretty much added sugar that you add in your coffee, your cereal, you know, your grits, your oatmeal, stuff like that. Anything like that, or that's in sodas, that's in candy, snacks, bread, milk. Added sugar is bad. Added sugar, I compare it to kind of like drugs as well. A lot of people don't think, you know, sugar is like a drug, or that it's addictive. Well, sugar is not a drug, but I'm saying it could be addictive as a drug. And people that have diabetes, 9 times out of 10, or 8 times out of 10, you know, we consume a lot of sugar, and that's why we have diabetes. Also with a bad diet. I mean, you can have sugar, but if you're not exercising, running, drinking water, you know, just burning calories, you know what I'm saying, your body will build up so much sugar in your bloodstream to where your body becomes resistant to the insulin that your body produces to break down that sugar. And that's why people with diabetes have diabetes, because your body becomes insulin resistant. So even though you have diabetes, your body still produces insulin. But the thing is, because you didn't have so much sugar in your bloodstream, that your body is pretty much numb to the insulin that you make to break down the sugar, and therefore your body doesn't break down any sugar, and the sugar just sits in your body, and that's how you get diabetes. I'm sure it's a more medical definition of it, but that's kind of how it was broken down to me from my doctor, stuff like that. That, you know, your body becomes numb to your insulin, and it doesn't break down sugar no more. And then that's why you have to get put on insulin, the medication form, to help break that sugar down. But the point I'm making is about sugar is that you have to lower your sugar intake, 30 grams or less of sugar a day. Now, it is still good to eat some type of sugar, because you don't want to go all day without eating sugar, because I do believe at times when I don't eat sugar for long period of times of the day, I have sugar withdrawals. Like my skin get itchy. I just get the craving sugar out of nowhere. So you should have sugar, but nothing more than 30 grams, you know. And another thing I want to point out is, like, and once again, I'm taking accountability. I'm not blaming nobody, not blaming no corporation, not blaming nothing. This is 100% on me. But it also comes down to the foods that we eat here. Most of the foods that we eat are processed. You know, most people, well, I don't want to say most people, but people that live in major cities or small, big cities, you know, a lot of people eat processed food. And what is processed food? That's food that's already made from a factory and stuff like that, that it's already made, and you can go to the store and buy it right then. But the problem with processed foods is that they put a lot of sugar and a lot of salt, you know, a lot of things that we probably shouldn't consume as much of. But that's how those type of foods taste good. That's why snacks taste good. That's why candy tastes good. That's why milk tastes good. That's why soda tastes good, because they have stuff in there that makes it taste better than it would without those things added to it. And one thing I realized, because I had went to the Coca-Cola factory in Atlanta, Georgia, a couple years ago, and when you go through there, they let you taste sodas from all over the world. And one thing you notice off back from sodas from other countries, they're not as sweet. And how does that relate to what I'm saying is that other countries, they don't allow those companies to put all those type of bad ingredients in processed foods. Yeah, the food is processed, but it's not processed with a lot of unnecessary ingredients. In other countries, you cannot have all that sugar, you can't have all that salt, all that, just all this corn syrup that be in foods, and food dye, food coloring. I mean, if you look at the ingredients of food that we eat, you'll be like, damn, like, what the hell am I eating? So in other countries, you cannot even, like, companies cannot put all that in the foods. But the point I'm making is that you have to lower your sugar intake. You have to drink a lot of water. You have to stay active. Luckily for me, I have a job where I'm moving all day. It's pretty much an exercise. I'm moving all day, sweating all day. So I'm constantly burning calories. I'm drinking a lot of water. So I get my daily steps in. I get my daily exercise in literally 5-6 days a week. But if you're not exercising, you're not doing nothing, it's gonna be hard to overcome diabetes. Now, if you got type 1, it's really you got type 1 pretty much till you pass away. But type 2, you can go into remission. If you get your sugar less than, I think, 6%, your body can go into remission to where you don't have to be on metformin or insulin no more. But you have to put the work in. I just went to the doctor recently, and my numbers have been getting way better. I think the highest number my A1C was 15.5%. Like, that's almost a stroke level, heart attack level. Like, that's damn near like deathbed numbers there. So, but that was a couple years ago in 2022. But that's because I wasn't taking no medicine. I was just living, still eating candy, drinking soda, stuff like that. But I'm way better than that now. So, but the thing is, you have to take care of yourself. Diabetes is something serious. And like I said, if you don't know, the symptoms is, like I said, dry mouth, itching, always going to the restroom, blurred vision, loss of appetite, always fatigue. I mean, it's so many more symptoms, but those are the ones I can think off my head. Nerve damage to your fingers and your feet. So like, if you got any of these symptoms, man, just go get checked. Go to a doctor, go to an emergency room, go to an urgent care, just have them run your blood sugar, because you just never know. There's a lot of people walking around here that have diabetes and don't even know it. So, that's really why I want to make this video, to kind of, tell my story and, and try to help others as well, man. So if you got diabetes, go get checked. There's nothing wrong with it. You're not gonna die, if you're taking care of it and you find out now. It's always good to find out now. When I found out, it was the early stages of me having diabetes, because I was actually pre-diabetic like 5 or 6 months before then. So it was like the early stage, but you don't want to wait till it's bad to where you got to get cataract surgery, or they got to cut your foot off, your hand off, stuff like that. So if you got to go get checked, and then especially if you're an adult anyway. If you're an adult, you should be getting checked 3 to 6 months out of a year anyway. You know what I'm saying? We all should go get checked anyway. But I just want to make this video about diabetes, man. Diabetes is real. It affects a lot of adults, especially in this country. This is the most obese country in the world. But like I said, you have to lower your sugar intake, lower your carb intake as well, like white rice, bread, your body breaks those down as sugar. Potatoes, your body breaks that down as sugar. For some reason, our bodies think those items, those food products are sugar. So our body breaks it down as sugar for some type of weird reason, But like I said, if you got diabetes or you think you have it, go get checked. There's nothing wrong with getting checked, Health is wealth. So I just want to get on here and speak on that, man. Like I said, if you got diabetes, go get checked. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't feel ashamed. I have it, but I'm taking great care of myself, So definitely, appreciate y'all tapping in for sure. 100.